comes to the Paulie Artem thing, I don't know. I'm guessing that you probably thought the same thing because I'm not as well schooled in boxing history, and I haven't been really around following boxing nearly as long as you have. And even the little bit of boxing I do follow, it's a very casual level, nothing like how I follow MMA. But to me, it was kind of sad to see Paulie Malignaggi that low now on the competitive level, that he's in a tussle with Artem Lobov, really a joke in the MMA scene. Uh, just to stay relevant at this point, because Paulie Malignaggi was a legit world champion in boxing. So that was kind of, I don't know how, I was actually kind of interested to see how you perceived that, because I actually I thought it was kind of sad, to be honest.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of the that freak show aspect to it already. The fact that it's crossed over to bare knuckle, which respecting what we're talking about here as martial artists, in terms of boxing, in terms of your background in MMA. I mean, the bottom line is I consider it or maybe a derivative, but it's a different sport. So Paulie's going to be delving into a different sport. To me, it's a sport where I don't know. It kind of is important to have some power. And Paulie was never a huge power puncher. Sure, he'll be more damaging with his blows. With no boxing. Here's the thing, though. To me, Paulie's one of those guys that's in pretty good shape because he's no dummy, and he caught on as far as being a broadcaster, and he's excellent, right? So he's got his future lined up. And I think the whole, the whole sign him up, to fight Mayweather, and then the Conor thing, and him kind of hanging around there and stuff. I think that's the true indication of where Paulie's coming from. I think Paulie would like to cash a big payday, and I don't think he's that ashamed of it that he won't try this way. I think whatever's going on with Artem Lobov is still, in some way, shape, or form, either going to get monetized in a way we're not going to believe, or it's in his head somehow leads to a Conor McGregor fight, which he will be able to monetize. Because I think that's what Paulie, in terms of reputation, he's done things for reputation. I mean, after he was done with the world championship level in boxing, and he was still fighting at a high level, but he's Italian, and he wanted to be able to say, I won an Italian welterweight championship. And he went and fought in Italy, went and fought in England for European titles and stuff, just to challenge himself and stay on top of things. So I think he worries about, legacy and things like that, but those weren't big payday things. So he did things for the ego and things, but I don't think bare knuckle really crosses over into that. I think the Italy thing was, part pride and things. This bare knuckle thing, and I don't mean it, in a bad way. Paulie does, if you can grab a $30 million payday, Papa, go for it. You know what I mean? And that's what he's trying to generate here. I don't think there's any shame there.
The thing is, he's not going to get that with Artem Lobov, though. And I think you're right. I think this is all about trying to sucker in a fight with Conor McGregor, and with all of Conor McGregor's up in the air antics and stuff going on. That's possible. I just don't think the UFC will let that happen at this point. And the bare knuckle thing, I mean, Artem Lobov, it's important to note, is fighting this weekend against another former UFC veteran, Jason Knighlty. They've both been cut over the past year. Now they're going to fight in bare knuckle, and I think we're going to see a lot more of that with this new bare knuckle FC, as a lot of these former MMA fighters are going to be making the transition